Okay, looks like there's still a lot of uncertain volatility today. Yeah, line could potentially go up. It's starting to hook around. Still not really sure what's happening with the VIX other than volatility is going sideways, which that combined with the SPY generally going in a downhill direction could be very dangerous for the market. You can see SPY is trying to resist and recover, but I feel like ultimately if you look at the trend, it's going downhill. And as this 4-hour period does cross through this pink line, at least when this purple line makes it down to the pink line, then it's pretty much that's going to be in bear territory. Right now we're still technically in bull territory where the market's still bound to recover a little bit, but I feel like as it goes closer to 306, 307, it could probably still have a pretty good chance of decreasing as coronavirus cases continue to rise, and that's pretty much shown here as the VIX is going sideways. Looking at some general sectors like Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Lines, Norwegian Cruise Lines, they're all slightly going up, just temporarily, but you can see they're definitely overbought on momentum, and this yellow line is slightly above the purple line, and it looks like it's about to go down. I feel like as the Dow Jones keeps getting bought up temporarily, it'll eventually crash going down. I don't think it's time for the recovery yet. The recovery could probably we could probably see a recovery on Thursday or Friday. I still think tomorrow there's probably going to be some type of crash. I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the scans on the list that I have. Looks like WKHS is going up, which was once really high, starting to go down a little bit, having the first line of support. I'm just watching that. I know a lot of people were thinking about buying it right here. It did go up a little bit and then it crashed down. So if this was a stock that I would be buying based on hope, I'd probably look for something near the $21, $22 mark, because I feel like that's going to be about where it bounces. I'm still not very sure that they're going to get a coronavirus vaccine. Looks like all the bank sectors are doing about the same thing. They all are very, very slightly going up. The Dow Jones is pretty much going down. So I feel like as everything tapers off, we're definitely in for a crash from all of them. Facebook looks like it's in for a pretty good recovery right here. I did have a pretty good bounce as far as Monday on opening 208. I got 221. So that would have been, 2, 3x very, very easily. The line is pretty much going to cross this purple line, and it pretty much bull flagged, so went up and sideways. So I can expect Facebook to make a pretty big move pretty soon. So this would probably be one where I would probably play a call. Looks like gravitational is pulling it to 230. Let's see, I'm scanning some news and it says, yeah, it says Facebook is changing the algorithm that they're using to boost their original reporting. It looks like they're doing something there, and I know that Facebook's also working on their AI system. Yeah, Microsoft's oversold here. It looks like it's probably going to hit that $200 mark, which I was talking about on Friday. So had you got it on Monday when I was talking about it on Friday. I was like, hey, on Friday it's probably going to go pretty close to $200 by the close of this week. As you can see, it pretty much went down and it's about going up. More than likely, you'll probably see it hit $200 today. So if you got it here on Monday, you could have pretty much already gotten more than 2 to 3x. Cisco's made a huge, pretty much gap today. It has a double top here, so more than likely you'll probably top and then it'll go down and then sideways a little bit. After it goes sideways for about a day or so, or 1 to 2 days, then that would be a good time to look for the Cisco bounce. Because once it tests this top point, 2 to 3 times, that's usually about the time when it's going to break through, and then it'll send the stock price a little bit higher. As you can see, I have a little bit of a different set of stock tickers in my scan today, and that's just because I've been working with my scanner and changing some of the parameters just to see if I can get some things that have a little bit more momentum than I have in the past. The reason why I'm adapting my scanner to the new market type setting is because with the SPY not really following a general trend, it pretty much can go up, down, and it's very, very volatile right now. So in order to trade within this type of economy or this type of market, what you want to do is you want to find high momentum stocks, and that's what my scanner, I'm changing the parameters to look for rather than look for things that are matching the S&P 500, because typically for the past month when I was trying to follow things that were just strictly matching the S&P 500, as the SPY goes up, obviously they go up. However, within the same day or within a couple of days, it just completely tanks. If you follow something that follows too closely to SPY, then you're at risk of the loss that SPY has, and you can see how volatile it is, going from 305 to 314 to 303 to 308 to 300 to 305. So rather than following S&P 500 stocks, I want to follow more likely FANG stocks or other stocks that just have high momentum. So that's why I'm looking right now at Facebook, and I'm looking at Microsoft. far as my position, I still have the GSBD position. This 15-minute period, the strength is pretty much going up, getting to overbought territory. You can see this yellow line is about to cross this purple line. So what I'm really hoping for is for GSBD to get pulled somewhere near this gravitational line, right around 1648 to 1656, and that'll be a pretty good exit, or anywhere above that. And basically what's going to happen is I'll break even on the stock price and then I'll collect the dividend, or if it goes up to 17, then I can get the dividends and a little bit of capital gain. But right now I'm just holding this position once again as a passive investment, just while I figure out what the SPY is doing, and as I find out what momentum plays I want to make as far as trading options. So once again, I really believe Microsoft's going to hit 200. Been talking about it for quite a while. We'll probably see that happen in the next hour or so. One of my students did bring up a good ticker, and that was Pinterest. And I was talking about it, and I guess he asked me a general question. And I feel like with Pinterest, the momentum looks like it's alright. The squeeze looks like it's alright. I pretty much told him there's a price target pretty close to 20 to 25. If you did like a $22 call, that would be the exit price that I would probably sell it at. And that's pretty much just at this gravitational line. The reason why I wouldn't say to hold it out super long is just because the SPY is really, looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see the SPY is getting pretty close to that crash. So Pinterest does follow the SPY quite a bit. So for this one, it will go up very briefly short term, but you have to be very careful about what happens here on the SPY. So Space here is a stock that I've been watching for quite a while. Typically, anytime it does go up really, really rapidly, it goes down really rapidly, which is a really good thing to watch for. So if you can understand the dynamics of how Space works, you can get the calls right before it goes up. If you miss the calls going up, since it goes up really high, the next day you can pretty much buy puts, knowing that within a couple of days it will crash. And this has been something that's been oscillating very frequently. You can see it happens literally every single month. I feel like the next time Space gets really close here, probably buy calls. It'll probably go up. You can make some money, and then if it goes up, then you can buy puts, and then you can make money again. As you can see, it's very, very easy to get the 2x here, maybe even the 3x, and then from here you can get the 3x, maybe even the 4x from the puts. about to hit $200. So I'll pretty much close out the stream, and I'll give you guys an update as far as what I figure out I'm going to do later in the day. But there's a ton of possibility happening right now. You know, maybe even the next couple of seconds it's probably going to hit 200. Oh, probably the next hour then. But I'll give you guys an update as soon as I figure out what I'm going to do.